Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the upcoming Supreme Court term. The new Supreme Court term is packed full of cases that are going to be important and influential. We're going to go over a few that you should probably keep your eyes open for. But there are others beyond these. So, a big one is Learning Resources v. Trump. Surprisingly, this isn't about education. It's about the economy. The International Emergency Economic Powers Act allows the president to impose regulations on imports to counter any unusual and extraordinary threat. But it doesn't specifically address tariffs. Learning Resources claims, quote, "The tariffs will cost them $100 million in 2025, almost 45 times as much as they paid in tariffs the previous year. The court is going to have to decide whether or not Trump can impose the tariffs he has." Louisiana v. Calais could wind up being the effective end of the Voting Rights Act. The case really hinges on whether race-based protections in the 60-year-old law are unconstitutional. Childs v. Salazar deals with a conversion therapy ban in Colorado. The ban is being challenged on free speech grounds. Colorado is going to argue that the basis for limiting professional speech is different than that for personal speech. NRSC v. FEC is one that will probably fly under the radar, but the court may decide to allow virtually unlimited spending in elections. West Virginia v. BPJ and Little v. Hickox both deal with trans athletes playing college or high school sports. The Supreme Court also has a number of important cases on the shadow docket. The shadow docket is a term we hear a lot, but just to be clear, it's a docket where the court makes decisions about cases that haven't reached final judgment. But sometimes these rulings can have huge effects. They normally deal with stays and injunctions, but they can also deal with motions to vacate and so on. The orders are often unsigned and limited. The shadow docket is often criticized because of the lack of public arguments and transparency. Trump v. Cook is on the shadow docket. That will decide whether Lisa Cook can be removed from the Federal Reserve Board. If the court allows it, expect a lot of economic consequences. Also on the shadow docket, Trump v. Orr is set to determine whether the State Department can refuse issuing trans people passports reflecting their gender. These cases will carry long-lasting implications, because it will be some time before the Supreme Court reconsiders its own decision. There is an expectation that the court sides with the conservative position in the majority of these cases. At the same time, there might be some surprises with some of these. I'm sure we'll be talking about all of these in the future. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.